Hi guys, it's another violin tutorial. This one is the middle section of Crystallize. First time hearing it, I know it sounds really hard, but like I said in my other previous tutorials, you gotta learn how to figure out what the notes are and just like go through them note by note, take it slow, and then just like steadily increase up to the tempo. And once you're able to figure out what the notes and rhythm are, then you're gonna be able to actually play this. This was suggested by someone on YouTube named Ladbrooke Bomeke. She suggested that I should do a tutorial on this part because I can agree with her. It is actually harder than the main drop of the song, which, if you guys didn't know, it was this. But the middle section is like really hard, and so I'm going to do a tutorial on that. Just like my other tutorials, we want to go through what the tempo is of the song and what the key signature is. The key signature of this is in, it's in D minor, but you rarely hear the B flat often. So we could just say this is an A minor because there's no flats in this at all. So you're going to deal with all natural, which is going to be slightly easier. The tempo of the song is going to be 140 beats per minute. And like always, I'm going to start off with explaining what the notes are and what the bowings are. Now, just to give you guys a reminder, this is my transcription of Crystallize. So if there's any certain bowings that you want to do, then you can go for it. To me, this is just like something that I'm comfortable with. But the notes for sure are 100% correct. You start off with a whole note. That's pretty much it, just a whole note. And it's the D, which is your third finger on the A string. So make sure you want to do 4 counts, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, starting at a down bow. And then up bow, or the next measure, is going to start an up bow, and it's the quarter note D, same D. And then that's going to get tied in with a 16th note D, and then follow that by open A, second finger F, and then first finger E on the D string. So it sounds like I played 4 notes. Technically it's 5 notes, but the quarter note D and the 16th note D are tied in. So that D is slightly more than a quarter note. And then down bow is going to be open D, E, F, open A. And it's all down bow, by the way. D, open E, F natural, and then G. The F natural and G is the first finger, which is F, and then G is the second finger. So if I were to play that and measure slowly, it would sound like this. Just like that. Alright, so the next measure is going to be a quarter note F, tied in with an 8th note F, followed by an 8th note open A. And then the next section is going to be F and then open E, both 8th notes, and then 2 quarter notes D tied in, and then they're all slurred, followed by still going up bow. A set of 4 16th notes, open A, F, A, and then C natural. All of that is an up bow after the F and then A. Just like that. And then after those sets of 4 16th notes, it's just 2 8th notes, A, 4th finger E, your 4th finger on the A string. I say 4th finger just because it makes it less complicated. You don't have to cross over the strings. And plus, the 4th finger E sounds a lot better than the open string E. And then after the 2 8th notes, it's going to be a quarter note D going up bow. D as in the 3rd finger on the A string. Next measure is going to be all 8 8th notes, and every 2 is slurred. And all it just is like a note and an open A string, a note, open A, another note, and an open A, note, open A, just like this. In this part, you want to cross strings. Well, except the first note because the D is on the A. And then open E, A, and then F natural, and then A, and then G, which is your second finger, A. Just like this. And then after that, which is the next measure, is going to be a quarter note A, slurred with G, and then A. Both of those are eighth notes. So it's A, G, A. Up bow is 2 quarter notes, G and open E, slurred. Up bow, if I forgot to mention that. And then down bow is going to be a half note F natural. Up bow is all 4 eighth notes slurred together, and it's going to be F, D, open A, D. Just like this. Just like that. And then the next measure is going to be really complicated because it's one of those 16th note pattern, slurred, all those kind of stuff. Except the last 2 beats. So that first set of 16th note is F, D, open A, F, which is your second finger on the D string. And then up bow is open D, A, which is your first finger on the G string, open D again, and then F. So this one you're going to be crossing strings like a lot. And then the last 4 notes was A, D, E, F. Those are the last 4 eighth notes, and each of those 2 are slurred together. The next measure after that is going to be G, E, C, G. They're all eighth notes slurred down bow. Second finger G, open E. Second finger on the A string making a C. And then third finger on the D string making another G, which is lower than that one. Up bow is E, first finger. Third finger on the G string making C, open G, and then third finger again, C. So that measure is, again, this section requires a lot of string crossing because you're going to go from E all the way to the G string. And if you guys are like having problems with crossing strings, just make sure that you're using this part of the bow. Therefore, you're moving your arm as little as possible. If you're up here, you're going to be moving your arm a lot just to go from string to string. And then over here is just, the weight of the stick up here is like too much. The next measure after that is going to be 2 sets of 4 16th notes. Each of those 4 16th notes are slurred. And it's going to be E, C, G, C. First finger E, third finger C, open G, and then third finger C. So it's just like in the previous measure, it was E, C, G, C, all in eighth notes. Now it's just like twice the speed in 16th notes, just like this. That's pretty much it. But it's in a down bow. Up bow is G, E, C, and then E. If I were to play those 2 sets, it would sound like this. Just like that. In between those 2 sets, the last 16th note of the first set is a C, and then the next note would be a G. Those 2 notes are both on the third finger of each string, so you're just pretty much leaving your third finger down in order to cross from C to G. Just like that. What I personally do is even though my finger is still on the third finger spot, I just like tilt my wrist so that the pad of my finger will rest more on the string. Otherwise it'll sound out of tune. Like that, instead of... See how I'm twisting my wrist? Just like that. Therefore I can hit those 2 notes without lifting my finger. My finger is still on the fingerboard, but I twist my wrist. The next 2 beats of that measure, that complicated measure, is C, G, eighth notes. They're all eighth notes. C, G, fourth finger E, and then C, instead of open E. As you can see, like, it's unnecessary string crossing when you can just easily set your fourth finger down. Therefore, you don't have to cross strings as much. Instead of... Because, as you know, I have to jerk my arm down in order to go from the D string skip the A, and then go on the E string, which is really complicated. The next measure is 2 sets of 4 eighth notes, F, C, A, F. Open A, and then open D, A on the G string, D, E. So that measure is, and then it's going to be the last. It's going to be the last measure of the whole section. The first two is 2 sets of 4 16 notes, each 4 is slurred. D, A, D, E. So it's open D, first finger A, open D again, and then E, and then F natural, which is your second finger on the D string, open D, A again, first finger on the G string, open D, and then the last 4 notes, which are all eighth notes, every 2 is slurred. A, wait, it's going to be a 4th finger A, F natural, and then cross over to the A string, which is your 3rd finger D, and then A. So if I were to play that measure by itself, it would sound like. Thankfully, in that set of 16 notes, you don't have to leave your finger down and twist your wrist and all that. But the first part you do. And then that last part, where I don't have to keep my finger down. Okay, so that was all the notes and rhythm that I covered in that section. And let me tell you, that this section is hard, and I'm pretty sure this was probably one of your most confusing violin tutorials ever. Like, I'm really sorry, but this has like a lot of rhythm, string crossing, and all that. I have to be more complicated when it comes to this tutorial. In order to make this easier, let's just start off slow and then just build up to the original tempo. We're first gonna do like maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that's the speed of the quarter note instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, which is the speed. What I'm gonna do is it's unprofessional to keep bobbing your head up and down while you're playing a violin, because it just makes it look like you're just shaking. But for this particular part, I'm gonna be bobbing my head and my violin for every quarter note beat. So therefore you can like get the feeling. You don't have to get lost, you don't have to get all sloppy. Ready guys? 1, 2, ready, go. Let's boost this up to like a faster tempo, like 1, 2, 3, 4. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. If you guys didn't know, I kind of messed up on the tilting wrist thing. Let's move this up to another tempo, maybe like 1, 2, 3, 4. Not yet towards the original tempo. We're slowly getting there. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. Are you guys ready for the original tempo at 140 beats per minute? Alright, 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. I'm not sure if I was rushing. Let's try that again. 1, 2, ready, go. Alright, that was really complicated. That was actually complicated than I expected. Like, I never thought the violin tutorial itself would be that hard to explain. Like, I'm really sorry guys if it was like really confusing, and but I hope you guys understand more better, like the whole layout of that section. I hope it made I just hope that it made it easier for you, because that's what I want to do, is make things easier than what it's like written out to be. So thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial. I'll be doing another one. I don't know when. In fact, I don't know what tutorial I'm going to do, so I'll figure that out. So once again guys, thank you so much for watching this. I hope it makes it a lot easier for you, especially you, Ladbrooke. And she's got some like really cool videos too. Like, she's really good at the violin. I might put a link in the description to her channel, because her recent video is like working on Take Flight, and she's doing an amazing job so far, and I can't wait until she does like the full version. And so like I said, I'm going to put a link to her channel in the description below. So once again guys, thank you so much, and I hope that you guys have a nice day. Alright, bye.